So we've left Zacatecas, and we're quite a ways back in the back country here, and from long we were on the way to Pinos, but on the way we seen this big outcrop and it looked like there were some mines there, so we drove as far away as to drive in here, and sure enough we can see mines. Somebody lit a fire here not too long ago. It's still burning pretty good, but just kind of whipped through here. They probably do that just to clear off the grazing. There's some horses running around here. You can see it's kind of over the hill, but nothing for us to worry about. It's already went through here, so we should be fine. Wow, this is a pretty cool looking mine. There's all kinds of openings in here, so they mine this out. It's almost an open stope. And there's a pillar, and there's all kinds of little pathways. Fair bit of graffiti here. And all kinds of passageways going every direction. There's a tunnel at the bottom there. And there's a whole bunch of passageways going up, and should be pretty cool. Have a look at this guy. Fancy artwork there. I don't know if it says Pinto, maybe? We're getting close to Pinto. So, I don't know what that means, but it doesn't look too bad, actually, as far as graffiti goes. Well, there we go. It's not too far down to the water. Pretty extensive, I think. We'll see how far it goes, but I take some pretty nice pictures. Cubby holes going in every direction. Well, we're not very far in the ground either. Here's another level. We're going to see where it leads. Yeah, you can see there's rats in here. I haven't seen any, but sure sign of them. Lots of rat shit. Boy. Sure pretty mine. They stack lots of rock in these mines. You really notice that. They don't have railways. I've never seen railways in any of them yet. So all the stuff is, these old mines would have been moved out with a wheelbarrow. So why would they move them rocks any further than they had to? Once they get mining area out, they just keep stacking the rock there. Kind of like the cut and fill methods they use today in a way. Sure an interesting deposit. Just it's like little blobs that goes in every direction. I've never seen a deposit like this. Yep. Not really colorful in here. Well, mind you, they took all the ore out, so theoretically it should just be a country rock left when you're done mining. I don't know why some mines are so colorful. Unless they missed a lot of material. Wow, sure pretty though in here. Wonder if that smoke got them rats excited. It's not really smoky in here, but you definitely smell it. Got all these rooms in here. It almost seems like a place they'd want to move into. Cheap housing. Yeah. Cool, eh? All these round, like gobs. All over. Little rooms everywhere. You could start a hotel here. Yeah, we don't really have any particular destination in mind. We're kind of heading to St. Louis Potsy. But if we see a mine somewhere in the hills way in the back country or something that looks like a mine, yeah, we'll just detour and go there. I mean, we got another month we could spend. Well, not that long, about 3 weeks. So we're just going to keep driving through the countryside. I just love the Mexican countryside. These small little towns and villages are so interesting. And all these different mines, different character. Definitely from, different areas where you have different types of rocks and different formations of mines are radically different from one area to another. So we'll try to show you as many of these interesting different types of mines and mining as we can. very diverse to Mexico as far as the topography and the country, the types of minerals, the mines. You definitely can't see a video of a mine and say, well, this is what the mines are like in Mexico, because they're very different. Some of these are very beautiful. Man, look at the piles of waste rock here, just nicely stacked to the side. Wow, isn't this cool? We got a sort of just a slight incline here, or a raise, I guess you'd call it, and a whole bunch of holes. Yeah, so far we haven't made the oxygen monitor work very hard. Or even the lights. There's hardly been a place that if I got stuck in with no light all of a sudden that I'd have to be really all that concerned. Because first, it's not too dark, not too far out, and there's not many winds. This sure is fun to explore. Easy walking and very picturesque. Yeah. 13. Is that supposed to be unlucky? I never put much stock in superstition. The Mexicans are very superstitious, though. I don't know if they care about the number 13, but... Oh yeah, look, there's a big X or something up there. This fire is moving along pretty good, I think. It's perfect, though, because we got the wind at our back and all this stuff is burnt off. So it's made it way easier for us to see what's going on here and move around here with all the crop burnt out of the way. Perfect timing. Yeah, we're in a place here called Pinos, and this is on our list of places we wanted to visit. See 2 smelter stacks there and a whole bunch of buildings. Certainly looks like we're on the right track. There's a lot of buildings here. So here's a whole bunch of these mine buildings that are associated with this mine there left. So obviously it's a pretty old mine. And we'll go down and have a look at them later. We found something more interesting. I presume this little gate here is just to keep the cows from wandering in here. Check out the back here. Yeah. I don't know, I've never seen nothing like that. Almost looks really cool formations in here. Never seen anything like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of mine this is either. So we'll go for a walk and we'll see. It's nice and cool in here. Yeah, really black. Almost looks like coal. I don't know if it is or not. Huh, nice big tunnel in here. Oh, well, look at that, eh? A huge opening here, so they're probably here in more modern times doing some mining here, I would think. Yeah, nice and cool in here. It's a lot warmer outside. The elevation is quite a bit lower than Zacatecas, so past there. The water's going there. Oh, it's going both ways. Oh, very high back here. Oh, there's a bat. The first branch in the San Martin didn't go very far. It looks like it was a newer one. This is definitely is the older one. There, I've seen some stoping going up for a ways there, following this vein. These are obviously more historic workings. And those buildings are very old in there, so. Oh. There we go. Oh, this looks like it's all peeled off the back here. Who knows when? Nope. Could have been 100 years ago. For all I know. Not with that plastic bottle there, I guess. Yeah, so we've seen some signs of rats in here. Oh, this is really unstable, huh? Better not touch anything. Well, she goes down a ways and up a long ways too. See, pretty skinny pillar. Big chunks falling off the back. And it goes way up into there. Yeah, lots of levels, nothing looks too crazy in here. I'll have a look at some of this stuff. Looks like there's some pockets that were mined out up there. Try to go along here on the level here as long as we can. Pretty soft material. And this is probably, this deposit would have been associated with all those buildings we see, those real old buildings. Or at least you see the foundations and parts of them. Looks like it was mined a long time ago. Probably not with explosives either. Probably a pretty soft deposit that was just kind of chiseled out of here. You don't want to lose your footing. Go for a ride. No, it's not too bad though. Kind of use your hand to hold yourself up a bit. Probably not going to kill yourself if you fall down. You might have a speech impediment or something though. A little bit of sulfides against the back there. Oh, lots of rat shit in here. Yeah, that looks like some sulfides along there. Oh, look at the color in here. Beautiful, huh? Some quartz in here. There's a vein of quartz. It looks like it's going to end right there. Let's head down some of the lower levels. Oh, that's a pretty skinny pillar. Not much skinnier than that, huh? Yeah, there's all these kind of parallel levels that go along for a ways. And then it drops down. None of it's really steep. We're able to kind of work our way along these areas here. Yeah. Let's say about some of these mines in Mexico, boy, the colors and the formations and the types of rock are really quite stunning. I'm hoping that's the main level. And just a bunch of nasty stuff had happened. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a bit warmer here. That once you get out of Zacatecas and start heading further south, you start dropping elevation. I'm not sure where we're at here in elevation, but it certainly feels a lot warmer here than it is at Zacatecas. Mind during the day in Zacatecas is quite warm. I'll be careful here. We don't want to slide down. We want to get to that level, but not too fast. Do the daylight there and see if we can get down that way. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. You can go down, but not crazy steep anymore. Oh, yeah, it keeps going. Almost like stairs here. Yeah, those are stairs. Yeah, we're getting in fair ways actually now. Oh, yeah. And it keeps going down. I can feel some air coming up too, which is good. That means there's probably another entrance here somewhere. Kind of skunked. We can get down there, but not without a rope. You always think that the next level down is going to be the bottom level, but we're going to keep snooping around here anyways. The chances are that bottom level is going to open up somewhere because it's not wet. And what we'll do is we'll throw that plastic pop thing down there. We'll stick one of our cards in it, we'll throw it down there, and then we'll go snoop around and we'll see if we can find another way to get down there. If not, just come back here with ropes and go down that part. It's not that bad. So we're going to stick our Exploring Abandoned Mines card in this bottle. Someone will probably come along and notice it in the bottle. The rats can't get at it. It'll last a long time. And we're going to throw it down there. And then hopefully we'll find a way down there. Those great big huge tunnels. Didn't go very far, but all's not lost. Wow, isn't that neat, eh? Obviously there's a historic section of this mine, which is going to be more interesting. I can get down there. I'll have to finish my beer first, though. I can't really hold a beer camera and walk down there. Right, well, I finished my beer and I made it down here with my camera in one piece. Look at this blue rock here. Isn't that cool? So we're at another level here. And it's pretty warm down here, so I'm not sure how much air is down here. But good thing we have our oxygen monitor handy here. And we can just have a look. And we weren't sure whether to go right or left here. There's no tour guide available here to tell us where to go. Yeah, this is really cool. Eh? This is the old, obviously very old mines here. No one mines like this anymore. It's very small scale. Look at that. See, that's why they bracketed that. Look at that freaking ore. Doesn't that look awesome? Looks like they've taken, they were in here doing some surveys and they found things that looked interesting. They bracketed them off, the geologist or whatever. Wow. Well, pretty extensive, hey? Look at that. It just goes on and on. Down areas, it's pretty easy to get down. Huh. Don't have to worry about getting lost in here. Wow. Look at all the tree roots in here. They can't be too far underground. Some of them roots just might go down a long ways looking for water. Be interesting to be here in the wet season. This is the dry season, and you know, it's what you see here. You think, well, this is the way it is, but I'm sure it's radically different in the wet season. Way harder too. So I'm hopping down all these little nasty little places, which isn't too bad. I've got enough energy to climb up the damn things when I get down here. I'm sure I will. Yeah, very warm in here, but not really humid, so it's not causing the camera to fog up. It's really nasty. Sometimes getting these areas are very humid. Camera just fogs up instantly all the time. Well, here we got some stalls and some really skinny pillars. So again, you know, whatever ore was in here is gone now, so I can make all the plans I want. Doesn't do much good. This is probably a thermal vent where the hydrothermic fluids push the ore up into here. It's like a hot spring, got real hot, melted it from deep inside the earth and then pushed it up into through these things. Floated all the gold and melted silver and lead, copper, whatever they're mining up in through here, and then they just came in here and they mined it all out. So on both sides you just have the normal kind of country rock that's not rich in ore or anything. So normally you don't really see much for a color or anything because it's all gone. The stalls don't look that skookum around here. Look kind of weeny. On that ledge is pretty interesting. As we go down, looks really neat too, but obviously too far to go down with a rope. I mean, yeah, maybe we can get down there, but it's getting pretty tricky. Yeah, big stope. Goes up a long ways. Looks like a ledge right there. But see, a lot of these places, they've kind of, back up a little here, they've kind of cut little areas in the rock, steps to get you up somewhere. So, you know, you just kind of use those handles. Not that hard to get up to the next level. And we'll just go along there and we'll see where that leads us. Really cool little skinny path. The miners must have used a long time ago, so we're just going to follow this path. Let's see where it goes. Hey, be careful, because he's a long ways down. Find a lot easier way down than that. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of a jump there. So they must have, looks like a bit of an excavation there in more modern times there. I'll go down here. Yeah, lots of times there's a lot of different ways of going down a certain area. You always want to try to pick the easiest one. Yeah, that looks like it was done more recently. for a sample or something, it almost looks like. Okay. I'm gonna follow this narrow vein here. Boy, pretty extensive out of just a tiny little hole that we went down. Hope we can find the damn thing to get back up. I think we're running out of real estate here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure there's another way to get up from the bottom somewhere. We're at the very top level. Obviously, we're not going to go down there. Now with that rope, like I say, I don't know about tying a rope on those skinny pillars. I mean, what happens if the friggin' thing just crumbled? It looks like pretty soft material. Then the whole back would come down. I mean, holy jeez, what a gong show that would be, eh? Yeah, boy, this ledge is just so cool. I'll tell you, there's not much room for error. Man, you make one little slip, you'd be in big trouble. We climbed up that from there, but we're going to try to find an easier way to get down. Okay, now we're just going to try to hug this wall. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, they just kind of piled the rock up here and make a little bit of a walkway here. There we go. We're getting there. Huh. So we came from down there somewhere. Hope we're going to find our way out. Well, we always do. There's never been an episode where I was broadcasting from the mine, so. No vein that went this way, I guess, eh? Pinched out, probably. Yes, the multi-miners did, eh? They find a vein like that and they just pinch it out. I think what they're doing here in the modern times, by just using technology and power to dig a great big hole following one of them small little veins where they think they missed something, I think that's a big mistake. I don't think that would ever be successful. Yeah. All right, so that's going the other way where we came. So now we can head back up, and I'm sure we will get to the bottom. On both sides of this mine here, we'll be able to get to the bottom from another level. So just have a look at this. You talk about old historic mine sites. So that's where this big mine was. And here's just a whole bunch of these buildings and foundations and all that stuff that was left from, I guess, the town that would have been here around this mine. In Canada, we get excited when we see something, historical that's 100 or 120 years old. But, I mean, just look at this stuff here. I mean, I don't know how far back these mines go, but you're probably at least, maybe 500 years old, some of this stuff. I mean, people in Mexico would laugh if we told them we got historical mines that are 100 years old. They'd say, well, my grandpa's older than that, eh? So, like, wow, isn't this something? It almost feels like you're back in ancient Rome or something there. Visiting some of them ancient civilizations. So we know that the Spanish came here about 500 years ago, so this probably dates back to about that time. And most of the silver that came from the Spanish Empire came right here from Mexico. So the silver mines were a big deal back then. They came here. So in Mexico today, you kind of see almost two races of people. One that's pretty white. They're basically Europeans from Spain, and the other ones are quite dark. They're more like Native Indians. So that's kind of the history of Mexico a little bit, and it's just fascinating to see, this old stuff. And like I say, no real way of knowing how old it really is, but you can judge for yourself, I guess. Here we are, just having a look at some of the awesome stuff here. I don't know how long we're going to be here for. I'm thinking it's going to be a good long time. Just amazing to see the history in this country, the mining history. Look at this. This is a smelter. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. Look how old this sucker must be. And there's 2 layers to that. Let's have a look at this smelter. just seems to be no end to awesome places you can see here. I don't know what this would have been here. I don't have a light with me, but I should be able to see anyhow. I don't think there'd be much to see in here. Big room, I'm not sure what it's for. Oh, it doesn't go down, does it? Oh yeah. It's a shaft going down. Oh, look, there's a ladder there. Oh, wow. Isn't that cool? There must have been a mine here too. Oh, you'd have to get a rope down there, going down that ladder. I wish I would have brought more climbing rigging. I just have a rope and a sender. Not really suitable for those vertical ascents. I mean, I could make it a little ways down there, but I'd be pushing it. Oh, here's this big stack. Part of a smelter, no doubt. Looks like maybe they added on to it in later years or something, I'm not sure. Made out of stone to begin with and then brick on the top. See what the inside looks like. Oh, she's brick lined all the way up. Here's another old building that was associated with the smelter. Wow, I'm just astounded by the history and the old remnants they have of mining here. Wow. The big arch that was built in there for the door. It's another kind of brick we haven't seen before. It's really crude, almost like a mud, eh? I don't know how old that would be. It looks like just mud, clay or something. Doesn't look like it was even kiln. Might not be that old. It looks old, but probably wouldn't be too durable, I wouldn't think. A lot of buildings here, or remnants of them, when the smelter was here. They're probably just shacks that they have for the workers and stuff that stayed here. Maybe the slaves, the Spanish enslaved the Mexicans to mine silver for them back in the day. And you always wonder how these mines get their names, but I think we solved the mystery here, because La Mina Infanta means child, and mine obviously. And I'm looking down here, and this is the porthole. So I'm thinking, yeah, you pretty much have to send a kid down there, because there's not enough room for a guy like me. I was thinking last night I should put my rope on my camera and send it down there, but then I thought, what if it's wet? Here's a little shaft door. I just kind of popped it open. Just gonna have a look down there. It's a deep shaft. Well, I bet you that hooks up to the other mine we were at. And then it looks like it's kind of stoked down there.